Good morning, sunshine.
Good afternoon, sunshine. Oh, what a sweet and pure way to start a podcast about trash.
You seem, very excited for somebody who has not left their home.
You know what?
Literal day.
Almost a week by the time that this is up. Because
too many.
I thought that I would be able to leave the house by this upcoming week, Martin Luther King Day, R.I.P. But the weather was like, you thought, no, I literally can't even leave my driveway. It's so fucked.
That's really cute.
I hate this. I don't understand winter. It doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to just rain here.
Living the true Forks experience, huh?
Literally. And I did go outside.
When we said we want to be immersive in this experiment, I didn't think you were going to go, as hard as you did.
What is the podcast equivalent of method acting? Because I think I'm doing it right now. Oh my
god. That's me right now, currently.
I did go out in the snow. I did make snowmen. It was the worst experience of my life.
It's hard. It's not fun.
Okay, nobody has ever fucking told me this, so fuck all of you, actually, though. I thought that this took, 10 minutes. It was jolly, like in the movies. I was out there for 3 hours. I was crying. I was lost. I came in. I couldn't feel anything. I did not fall, though. That's not true. I did.
Okay, Bella.
It was, really bright out, and I fell. I just face planted. I just forgot about that until just now.
Oh my god.
But I've survived.
You really are the method actor of podcasts.
I lean into bits.
It's truly inspiring.
Thank you, actually.
Oh, before we get, down and dirty in this whole shebang.
Go on.
I had my first, IRL confrontation about this podcast, and I was truly shocked.
Oh my gosh, tell me everything.
Yeah, so if you're listening, Haley, she's a friend of mine and goes to my university, and she's lovely.
Shout out to all the Haleys.
That's fair, yeah. Just put them all in a little fun.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
just
them.
Be pure and podcasts.
Yeah.
But yeah, hello. Thank you for bringing it up at a time where I was not ready to talk about this podcast.
Wait, so
in public,
what happened? Were you literally cornered?
That would be amazing. It's hey, fuck off, fuck you.
Did you get an apple thrown at you? What happened?
Yeah, I got mugged and just threw all this.
That's terrifying.
She had all of the Twilight books and just threw them at me, and they're heavy. They're big books, and it was not a good time.
Are you podcasting from the afterlife right now? What?
Yeah, this is it. I am transcending my physical form, but I'm coming back to talk about our Lord and Savior. Trash.
Thank you.
And also Charlie Swan.
Really do it for Charlie.
Honestly.
I'm just imagining that, Simpsons graphic. Not do it.
Oh my god. Yo, okay. I need either me or someone who's good at Photoshop to make that happen, because I will literally frame it and put it on
I'll
the
make
wall.
It my desktop.
Yo, speaking of things on my wall, this bitch
sent
me the most pure and beautiful gift revolving our podcast. I put it on our Twitter so you can see it. It's in the backlogs. You'll find it. But she fucking got someone to do an embroidered cross-stitch motherfucker beautiful thing that says "Get Bit" on it with an apple, and I'm crying. It's too pure, and I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, well, because we had talked about it, right? And so I was like,
I totally forgot about it, too. It was, just enough time where I was oh, fuck.
I was leaning on the fact that you had forgotten about it. So I had my friend Kat, her Twitter handle is Cat of Diamonds. I'll put it in the show notes or whatever.
Wonderful.
But I had her, I was just saw it on Facebook and I was like, hey, can you do this thing? And apparently you forgot that was something that we had talked about, which is great.
I completely forgot. So it was wonderful, and it was very sweet, and it's really sweet. And there's one nail that's been left in my apartment from the people that lived here before me.
Oh my god.
And I was like, what a perfect time to use this random nail in my wall. And there it lies.
What a conversation piece, honestly.
No, yeah, honestly. The amount of people were so with that, I don't want to talk about it.
This is actually not here.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's not a copy of Twilight in this room, hidden.
Right. So I'm really excited about this podcast because we're finally getting to these 2 chapters are the last 2 chapters of exposition.
Okay, thank God, because I thought we were like the last episode, those chapters were kind of getting like down and dirty and like there was some sort of like plot, and then we went back to here. It's like, oh cool, history.
Right, yeah.
Boring for 2 chapters.
Yeah, these ones.
But literally, as I know where it's leading up to, and I'm excited because I'm actually like, at least I have like gifts in my brain from this scene.
You know? I can't.
I mean,
I asked you specifically how much you knew about Twilight, and you have not told me that you knew what was happening.
I mean, I don't. Okay, listen, it's hard to like avoid all of Twilight. Like,
Fair.
I know. Okay, I can't. We're not gonna keep talking about it in vague terms. The baseball scene.
Oh yeah.
I'm only aware of it because in the movie, the soundtrack to that is like one of my favorite songs ever, and I was annoyed because I was like, this is our music video for the song. It's this fucking Twilight garbage.
Yes.
And so that's how I know it, because it's stupid and it's great, but whatever. So I know where it's leading up to, and that like played in my head. And I was like, oh, here we go.
Yes, the
Vampire Baseball Boys.
Vampire Baseball Boys, my favorite.
Yo, I know this has probably happened, but like, has somebody made like baseball shirts, you know, like with like the 3/4 sleeves and then with like Twilight shit on it? Because it makes sense, right?
I would
As
wear
a marketing standpoint.
the fuck out of that, though, is the thing.
And also, their shirts are just cute in general, so I don't care what's on it. They're just like flattering and they're cute.
I have never seen someone wear a like the baseball tee who didn't look hella good in it.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Yeah, it's great. Just enough arm, just like really good on the bot. Yeah, I love it. It's really good. Those are like one of my favorite shirts to wear.
They're so comfortable always.
Yeah, they're warm.
This has been our fashion corner.
Welcome into the Twilight, where we talk about world dance and fashion and
all of our
romance.
expertise, truly.
Yep. Yeah, so that's great.
So back to the chapters we actually read, not before or after them.
Yes. So chapter 15, the Cullens. It starts off on the creepiest of notes.
God, it's so
It's nasty. Nasty boys.
Nasty boy, Edward Cullen. King Nasty Boy.
Honestly, you're not wrong. In a stunning turn of events, Bella wakes up and she's unamused, which say like the most relatable part of this book.
Yep.
And looks around to find this motherfucker in a rocking chair, just staring at her.
Just across the room, rocking back and forth, staring at her.
Taking notes on a clipboard, monitoring her actions.
No. Like, I get that you don't, like, sleep or whatever, but, like, it would be even less creepy if, like, she woke up and he was just, like, in the bed even, but, like, in a rocking chair across the room, just staring with, like, a notebook, being like, great, wonderful, Like, no, dude, that's not how you human.
Nope.
That's not how you human.
Not even a little bit. Nope.
No.
Yeah. I thought that it was wild that her first reaction is this unescapable, like, glee, right? So she's...
Right, like, you stayed!
Yeah, and Stephenie Meyer says that she thoughtlessly threw herself across the room, which is a wild image to imagine.
Yep, yeah. It's like, I wasn't even thinking, my body just propelled me towards...
But, of course, Edward couldn't even make it a minute into Bella being awake and alive and starting the new day without being an asshole, because Bella says, I thought it was a dream. And he responds, you're not that creative. Motherfucker.
Boy.
Like, she hasn't even had enough time to get the morning breath out of her body, and you're already tearing her down.
She hasn't even had, like, her first cup of coffee. She just, like, her brain is not happening. And she's like, oh my god, you're here. He's like, well, fuck you. Your brain couldn't even imagine a dream with me in it.
Yeah, the Bella Club can't even handle me right now. Literally...
Oh my god.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Other than the fact that this is the first well, one of the main times that we get introduced to the human minute concept.
Yo, no, that was the realest thing.
Yeah.
I literally wrote me. I'm like, this is me in this time. I just need a human just ever for the rest of my life outside of this franchise, please. Thank you.
Yeah. I love that. I love that phrase, even though it's
I need
weird.
a human minute. It's so good. I want that also just like on above my mantelpiece, just like above a fireplace that I don't own, but in my brain I do.
Can you imagine?
I need a human minute.
That,
welcome to my home.
First of all, can you also imagine that on a mug? Because I can.
Yes, please. Okay, well, hopefully there's no copyright issues there because much. Anyway.
Yes, so that would be great. We get to another mirror scene. Wow, great,
Yeah.
good. And Bella apparently looks nothing like her usual self, which she does, so that was weird.
Right, she kept describing herself as things that she's definitely already looks like. She's like really hectic and like just like eyes bugging out of her face and just like, what's happening? It's like, that's how you always
That's just
are.
you.
Bella, have you forgotten?
Yeah.
This was nice, though, because I feel like we're so distanced from, like, the first chapter of this book. Like, that seems like eons ago.
Yes.
And, like, Bella being, like, a fucking mess and, like, introducing herself. So it was nice to kind of, like, go back to that and be like, oh, humble beginnings.
Right.
Look where we are and all this trash that we piled up since then.
So much trash.
So, too much.
Now, when you read the word half ran, what do you imagine? Because I see a few things in my mind.
See, I feel like I think what Stephanie Meyer is maybe trying to get to is jogging, but there's a word for that, so I don't know why she would use another term, a new term, that's not that. So it's clearly something different.
So are you imagining, like, the arms pumping and the legs walking, or the legs pumping and the arms walking? Or the head leaning in, but everything else is good? Like, what are you saying?
I think it's like upper body. She's grooving it. She's like getting in there, but her legs are like not up to speed.
So top half,
because it's like it's in the morning. She's not like quite there yet. So like her brain is like, yes, we're doing it, we're running.
Yeah.
But her legs are like, I'm not here right now.
Right.
But I'll see you on the flip side. I'll get there.
So top half is power walking at the mall. Bottom half is still just woke up.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good to know.
Well, we settled that.
It really helps my mental imagery personally.
No, a picture's an image. It's important. Especially for the people that aren't actually reading this. They need to know everything.
Yes,
know?
and also it gives me some sympathy for her PE teacher. Because that's a very terrifying image.
God. Okay, class, we're just gonna do some, like, half running. We're just gonna, like, back and forth sprinting. You know what to do. It's a basic human thing. You've all ran before, and everyone's doing it, and Bella's like, yeah, I got it. And just miles behind everyone else, but her arms are just grooving it.
Oh, this is such a great image. I needed this in my life. Especially because we transition into one of the grossest scenes of Edward admitting that he stayed there the whole night with the exception of changing.
Yeah.
And that he's been listening to her sleep talk. Ugh.
It's so gross because, like, I mean, obviously it's coming from a place where he's, like, used to knowing what everyone's thinking about at all moments of the day. And when he sees Bella, he's like, fuck, what are you even thinking? I don't know. And wants to know that. So he's like, well, I can just peep into your little dream space while you're sleeping and just write down the things you say, and that'll basically be it. It's like, that's not how you do the boyfriend thing, Edward.
Nope.
No, thank you.
Nope. Especially...
Cancel. Out. Bye.
Because he is kind of manipulating the emotional relationship that they have in the sense that he tells her that she said she loved him.
Right.
Great. So that could be true. It also could just not be true.
Right. You know.
So that leads Bella, of course, to feel obligated to say it to him in person.
Right.
That's great. That's great. And she whispers it.
It's also so fucked knowing, like, her lack of, like, emotional and relationship experience. That all of these are so motivated by, like, this is what you do. Even if you're not sure if you feel this thing, just be like, yeah, I love you. Yeah.
Right. And his response to this proclamation of love from someone who has never even interacted with men before, I'm pretty sure, is him just saying, "You are my life now." Things that I say "you are my life now" to include, but are not limited to, blankets, skincare, and a good pair of shoes. I would never say that to a human
being. A human being.
Yeah. That
just said I love you.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, I love you. What are you gonna say to that? Let's roleplay for a sec. How are you gonna respond?
Apparently, since he answered it simply, that's the equivalent of him saying, "Cool. Okay, thanks."
Yeah, no, it's like, "Cool, thanks." No, that's him saying thank you.
Read at 11:05.
Yo. That's too real. No, here's what it is. It's Bella texting "I love you" at 2 a.m. and then it's read at 10 in the morning the next day.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like, yeah, okay.
Honestly, though.
Thanks for that, but no thank you.
Yeah, if this had been written 10 years later, that's exactly how this interaction would have gone.
I was going to say if only, but it was technically with the new book, but I'm not going to...
Shut your mouth. You don't...
I'm going to pretend that doesn't exist.
Don't put that wish...
I want a modern...
Don't put that wish into this universe. That's not...
No, I really don't. No, I mean, it exists because fan fiction, but, you know...
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait for the glorious...
I know how this podcast works, ma'am. Let's keep going.
The treats I have found for you this week.
Oh no.
Okay, so anyway, there's a lot of shit that happens in these first couple of pages that are gross. My favorite, other than the human minute, is when they get up to go for breakfast and Bella says, "I fend for myself pretty well. Watch me hunt."
That proves your theory that this is a fetish, right? That's canonical.
Literally, yeah.
It was weird before, but now she's like, "Oh, watch me hunt. I can hunt. Let me get breakfast." Ooh, ma'am, Bella.
You are not being subtle about the facts of what you need in your life.
This is what I want.
Yep.
In bed, Edward, please. Thank you. Also, I love you. Bye.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's great. So I thought that was
I do love that she's trying to be polite and offers him something to eat, knowing that he's not gonna do it, and he's just just shut up, just eat, goddamn it, you know.
I thought that was kind of cute though.
It was really cute.
Yeah. And he just...
Those are Turnish dad values that she got, you know?
Yeah.
Those are those hard values.
And he just rolls his eyes in response, not even a no thank you. Excuse me.
God damn it.
Your father is Carlisle. Fuck off. Who...
Yeah.
Who taught you these things? Because it wasn't Carlisle. Oh my god. So, we get to this conversation talk. Just, light conversation talk for breakfast, as you do.
Yeah. Light morning conversation.
Thankfully, though, in this conversation, it seems like Bella is actually eating. Maybe?
Yeah, thank God.
So that's good. Edward broaches the topic of her meeting his family. Yeah.
It's so wild, y'all.
Oh. And this is the first time.
This is so backwards, right? Because it's okay, Bella says, "I love you." Yep. Edward's like, "Cool, thanks, whatever." Yep. And then he's like, "Hey, want to meet my family?" And then he's like, "I'm your boyfriend."
Right.
That's not the chronology of this happening.
That's not how that works,
ever.
Actually.
No, none of it. It's all wrong. Nope. It's all bad.
Good try, though, but no.
Good try, I get it, you're not a human person, but you've also been here since the dawn of time, so maybe, pick up a couple things along the way.
Right. Yes. It's the first time that Bella is afraid. And it's not because she'll be surrounded by vampires.
No, not because...
Nope.
Not the normal reaction that would be, "Oh, I'm gonna be in a home full of vampires." No, they might not like me. Yep. And they might not think I'm good enough for their vampire son.
Which, funny, but also too real. That's a Stephanie Meyer is writing Bella as a character who has not had a lot of strong relationships in her life and
Fair.
A lot of validation. and Edward just completely dismisses the fact that it's something that not only would an average couple be nervous about, but these are immortal beings who are literally supposed to be like the creme de la creme of people.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, well, fuck off. Like, it doesn't even matter anyway. I'm just doing it as a formality.
You're too cool for this. I'm Edward Cullen. Fuck off.
Thank you, Edward.
Thank you.
So there is a component of it of Bella noticing that Jasper has powers too, so that's cool. Edward says it in a condescending way of like, oh, you're actually paying attention. Fuck off. Like, who are you? That's gross and unnecessary.
Also, she's like just getting into this crazy world that he knows everything about. Like, of course she doesn't know everything. It's just thrown onto her, and he's like, oh, you finally get it, huh?
Yeah.
The things I'm not telling you, and I'm just expecting you to find out for yourself that you just found out about, like, a day ago.
Literally. Yeah.
Like, sure, cool.
Yep. My favorite part of this is Edward is still hung up about the cereal. He's not amused about the fact that this is something that people are actually, like, consuming, which makes me curious about what cereal she's eating.
Right, like, what could it possibly be that he's, like, disgusted?
Because if it's Cheerios, fuck off, Edward. I love Cheerios, so...
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say it's some form of berries and It's a conspiracy. It's all...
Honestly, I believe it.
It's just maybe vampires are repulsed by this fragrance. You can't just keep putting it into this novel.
Yeah, it's probably like a special K with strawberries or something.
Yeah, like this fucking dried strawberries ass, or like, you know, something, I don't know. They exist.
Yep, I believe it.
They're there.
So he gets unamused and stands up. And of course, this is where we get the obligatory Greek god comparison for this chapter. So, yikes.
There's like too many Greek gods to go through that I don't want to have to sit through every single one that they're going to compare him to. Like, I just
Apparently she's going to name them all. It seems like.
All of them. Every dude that has like a sick chest and is like somehow made of marble. Like, that's going to be it. All of them.
Yep. Seems like it.
Stephanie, you have an English degree.
And she liked history, so, like, come on, you know.
Come on, Steph.
You have to know other ones. So that's great. Does anything interesting else happen here other than the fact that he says boyfriend and they haven't discussed that at all?
No, yeah, it's like, that's fine. We're just gonna roll past that.
Oh, so she gets up to get dressed, right? Great. So there haven't been a lot of popular highlights in the past couple chapters. There is one in this moment.
Oh boy.
And it's when Bella gets up to go get dressed. And it's... I doubted there were any etiquette books detailing how to dress when your vampire sweetheart takes you home to meet his vampire family. That's it.
Well...
I don't...
So, that means, like, multiple people, enough to, like, categorize it as, like, popular for your Kindle, to say, this is what people are highlighting.
393.
That's too many. That's too many.
That's a lot of people.
To think, you know, this is important. This is a good annotation. This is something I want to, like, keep in my book, like, just so I can flip to at any moment and don't have to, like, scroll through all these pages.
Yep.
It's too many. It's too many people.
Yeah. I don't... Why?
Thank you. Why? Why? It's not like a meaningful quote. It's like the most mundane thing about Bella being Bella and being like, I'm quirky and don't know how to be around vampires.
Yep. So she gets dressed.
But sure, chase your bliss.
Yeah. And comes downstairs. And they kiss, and Bella dies.
Literally collapses.
So that's great.
And, like, they're like, oh, cool, we're gonna kiss now, right? And like, with no transition or anything, and then I collapsed. That's not... What? That's not how you react to being kissed on the lips, my dude.
No, I think that has something to do with her body is not getting the proper oxygen that she needs.
No.
And Carlisle should definitely take care of that. He's, like,
sucking the life out of her, and he's like, okay, that's it. Peace out. Bye.
Oh my god. That's too real.
Listen, it's been a while since we got a good feint out of Bella, and we needed to, like, bring it back, you know?
Yep. We also get some good, italicized dialogue on this page, too.
A whole sentence.
Yep.
A whole sentence in italics.
Yep. So that's gross.
God.
Edward says, "What am I gonna do with you?" Which is in italics. "Yesterday I kiss you and you attack me. Today you pass out on me."
God.
That's great. That's great.
Like, I'm still on this italics thing, because the only, like, there's no, you don't need it.
Nope.
You could have just had, "What am I gonna do with you?" He groaned in exasperation, which implies that there's some sort of, like, way he says it, so you don't have to physically gesture to that.
But alas.
In the fiction. In the font and the text.
Yep.
But no, whatever. Fuck off, Stephanie.
Yeah. The whole thing. I bet if she could, she would have made this whole book italicized.
Yeah, just all.
Thankfully, they finally leave. And there's so much description about this Cullen house, y'all. It's a lot.
Yeah, man. I know that, like, in and out.
Yep.
I could build it with my own hands.
So, fun fact about the Twilight house.
Here we go.
The Shiny Squad home. So, this house seems impossible to find, right? They ended up using a Nike executive when they film it in the book. So, that's great.
Interesting. So, that's, like, that person's home?
Yeah. Yeah, and then they, in later movies, will just rebuild it on a studio.
That's wild. Yep. Another fun fact about homes in movies or television. The murder house from American Horror Story, the first season of American Horror Story, is like 10 minutes away from my brother's home.
Whoa.
And I've been to it, and it's creepy, but it is private property, and the guy who lives there hates it because just people come on and go onto his property and just, like, take photos in front of his door.
That's so fun.
And it's great. Honestly, like, I feel bad for that man every day of my life. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, there's so many people gotta be here. Like, it's in, like, the middle of, like, LA. Like, it's like, you can't be stopped.
I imagine him just having a broom and being like, "Get off my porch." Like,
literally.
That's great. There's literally, like, 2 pages of her just describing this house.
It's so much.
Oh, God. Okay. Fine.
Like, this is Willa Cather level of, like, let's just describe all of the scenery
Honestly.
and none of the plot. Here you are.
It's
400 pages of grass.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a lot. Bella dies over Carlisle. Great. Definitely needed. Yeah,
Oh, you mean old Draco? Yes.
Oh my God. I forgot about that.
Did you forget?
I did.
It's so important to me.
I did. Yeah. My favorite thing about this phrase is when she's describing Carlisle and says, "struck again by his youth." Good.
Wonderful.
Good choice of words. And then we finally get to my fave, Esme.
Oh my God, you're so emotional.
She's just so pure. Anyway, so she's great, and there's a million words about her physical description, so that's a lot.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay, so Edward's introducing them, right? Great, whatever. That's how parents work. And Edward, for the first time in his life, asks a question and is like, "Where are Alice and Jasper?" I don't know why he asked this aloud, because he could just figure it out.
Right, with his mind magic.
Yeah. Especially because apparently Alice was coming down the stairs to meet them anyway, so, like, okay.
Mm-hmm. How could you not sense that?
Right, yeah. My favorite thing.
He's rubbing off of human, you know? It's really pure.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
No, don't do that. No. No. Don't aw that.
My favorite thing is Alice hugging Bella and saying, "You do smell nice."
Oh, it's so good.
Just, like, really throwing shade at Edward's choices of being grossed out by strawberries. So that's great.
Yep. Yeah, just never let it go.
Yep. And Jasper, my poor Jasper, he's so pure. He just, like, really stays away from all social interaction because he just can't handle it.
No, thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
I will literally eat you, so please bye.
Oh, he's just so great.
Oh my God.
So Rosalie and Emmett are gone, right? Just gone, girl. Because it would be too much to have the whole family there. That's great. Is anything else happening here? Oh my God.
The piano.
The piano. How can I forget the piano? Esme says, "Edward didn't tell you he was musical?" And Bella, loses it.
Loses her goddamn mind.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's good at everything then, and he's hot, and also like a vampire. What is this? What is this?
Yeah, she gets so pissed off.
And just dies.
Yep.
Just dies.
Yes. So there's this adorable little interaction between Esme and Edward. I can't. I hate it. I hate it so much. And then Edward does his fucking musical number, so that was great.
He was always like, oh, don't. It would be showing off. He's like, well, and then he's already, like, touching the keys.
This whole thing.
Also, yo, wait, can we talk? Every time in fiction or anything that's talking about playing the piano, it's, like, the grossest thing ever.
Yeah, it's gross.
Like, the sentence is literally, and then his fingers flowed swiftly across the ivory.
Nasty.
And I just lost it. I gotta go.
Hard pass.
You can't... can we stop using A, ivory, and B, like, weird, just, like, talking about fingers? Like, can we just stop, please? Just, like, shut it down. Shut it down.
Oh, no.
I've had enough.
No, I hate everything about that. So that's gross.
It's so nasty.
It's just, that's a nasty sentence. That's a nasty sentence to know got through so many eyes before it was published.
Like, yeah, no, this is good. This is quality literature.
Yep.
Done. Thank you.
Wow. That's great. So that shit show happens. We finally get a little bit more information about Rosalie. I can't wait until you love Rosalie. It will make this podcast so much easier for me. But we find out that she's jealous of Bella. And Bella straight up dies.
She's like, of me. Little old me.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Same.
It's like, yeah, you're a human. Duh. That's all Rosalie's ever wanted to be.
Yep.
Always.
Yep. It's just
So cute.
It's just wild. We find out, foreshadowing, and this comes up a lot throughout the series, that Alice has her own vision of how she wants Edward and Bella's relationship to go, which is important to remember.
Important foreshadowing. Wink, 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 wink.
Yeah. and then we get to this line of dialogue that I want to set the world on fire. Edward tells Bella that he had a conversation with Carlisle. And there was some news. And he's going to have to be a little overbearingly protective over the next few days or weeks. And that he wouldn't want her to think he was naturally a tyrant.
Let's break this down, folks.
Please.
There's not one, but two double dashes.
There's a lot.
So,
There's even an ellipses.
no. God.
It's too much punctuation for one
And the
sentence.
fact that he said overbearingly and also protective in the same... Those, you don't have to use both. You don't.
Nope. This is ironic on so many levels, and it almost pisses me off because
I'm mad.
I'm mad, and I don't like it. Anyway, we find out finally that there's actually a point to this novel, and that there are some visitors, as they put it, in the area. So that's great. And that they aren't like the Cullens, shockingly. Yeah, and that's kind of all we get about that.
Yeah, if there were anyone that were like the Cullens, they would, like, be so far up Carlisle's asshole. Like, they
Honestly,
would not be in a separate place, you know?
And they wouldn't be called visitors, like, in such a suspicious way.
Like, in talking about vague terms, like, oh.
So... They finally go back to the house, because what else could they talk about? The weather.
Right. No.
Edward makes a joke about the home and, like, no coffins and, like, no skulls in the corners. And I don't even...
Like, see, we're normal. We're human.
I don't even think we have cobwebs. Fuck off. Like, who are you?
Stop.
But there is a theme that starts in this little interaction that will go on throughout the series of the Cullen home being the one place they don't have to hide, which is important to remember.
I agree.
It's an interesting idea to have.
I really hope that, like, their home would be, like, Addams Family, in which it looks super spooky, but, like, in reality it's all, like, pink and pastel and stuff. And it's like, look!
That's basically what it is, honestly.
I love it. I love it.
Finally, they're almost done with this house tour. Thank God. Like, who
this HGTV special.
Which...
MTV Cribs.
Yeah. They didn't even open the fridge. It's so fucked.
I want to know what they're eating.
Right.
Well, they're not, so...
It's just blood. It's just all blood in there.
Yeah.
They...
Like, loose or, like, in
No,
things?
like, in the...
Just open the fridge, it's like a tsunami.
No. Oh, God. I'm just imagining, like, The Shining right now.
Yeah, no, exactly that. Just in a tiny fridge.
Yeah. Like a mini fridge.
The freezer has hearts. It's great. It's a wonderful...
No. I hate everything about this. Even thinking about this makes me nauseous.
Yo, no, they have, like, those office coolers where it's just...
Oh, my God.
They have little, like, sippy cups and stuff, and they just, like, pour them in.
I hate this conversation. I don't like it.
We got blood on tap here at the Cullen Mansion. The McMansion.
Oh, no. Now I'm just imagining, like, a bar with the beer taps.
Yes, I love this. Yes, keep going.
And the thing that they use to squirt Sprite out of at bars. I like it.
Would you like this blood dry or on the rocks? Which would you?
Would you like sparkling blood?
Now, okay, let's delve into this. How would you do that? What do you think?
More oxygen?
Does it go through, like, a Brita filter?
No, I don't like this. This is literally my nightmare. Just being surrounded by blood. Oh, God. Oh, I'm so nauseous.
You brought it up.
I know.
You did this to yourself.
I know. That doesn't make it any better. Oh, no.
Anyway.
So they get to the end of this hallway, and there's a fucking cross.
It's like, oh, you thought we were done with the religious overtones? No.
So Edward hisses, right? No, that doesn't happen. I just like to imagine it. And they delve into more backstory.
Thank God, finally.
But about Mr. Carlisle Malfoy this time. Oh, God. It's just a lot. He's a fucking badass, though, so I like that.
Well...
But Carlisle has just celebrated his 362nd birthday, so that's great. And
I'm happy for him.
Yeah. He would be... Oh, fuck. 70...
Welcome to our math corner.
I don't remember when this was written. No, it was written, like, 12 years ago, so 70...
I believe in you. You can do this.
374? Fuck yeah, I'm in grad school. Oh, man.
Wow, you did it. I'm proud of you.
This one's taking a lot out of me, folks.
Do you think on his birthday he had, like, mixed drinks, but, like, with blood?
Stop! I'm just imagining...
Wait, no, a cake? Like a cake? Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know.
Oh,
Look, I don't know. I was hoping you were gonna bridge the gap.
I was thinking of, like, a jelly cake, you know, like, with the inside bit.
God, I hate it. Yo, no, wait. Jello shots, but blood. Now that's a party, y'all.
No. I can't wait for...
The codes probably throw ragers.
Just with themselves.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I can't wait for the second trailer that you make of our content, and that part is in it. Oh, no.
God.
So that's great. We get a little bit of Carla's backstory, and it's gonna, spoiler alert, come in the second chapter that we read today. But just so you know, there's a lot of it. Google it if you want to.
Much.
But He has...
Do a deep dive. We're not gonna do the work for you.
He has the whitest of white backstories, just so you know.
It's so Wonder Bread. Like,
yeah. It's a lot. But that's about it. Oh, so there's more questions, right? Which leads them, and they're like, come on, I'll show you. And that's what...
Gather around, folks. Story time.
Yeah, that's what leads to Chapter 16. So, Chapter 16 is titled, appropriately, Carlisle. Great. What do you know? And, y'all, Carlisle's office sounds so fucking cool.
Yeah, no, I want to live there.
It sounds a little bit, like, too dark for my personal taste, but, like, it sounds great.
That's where I come in. Welcome to my home. This is where I live.
I love that Stephenie Meyer had to write in that this is how she always imagined a college dean's, like, office to look. Okay, wow.
It's like, well.
So that's great. Edward asks Carlisle to tell the story because it's his history. And
fair. Makes sense.
And Carlisle can't do it because he has to go, be a doctor. So
he's got, I don't know, a job. He's like the only doctor in Forks, so he's on the clock.
Literally, because of the fact that he says that the other doctor, Dr. Snow,
the one other,
is taking a sick day. So there's basically this whole backstory about Carlisle is to set up two things. One, to foreshadow for the Italians of the Volturi. Yep. Important to remember. And two, to lead into how he meets Edward. But there's one important thing that happens during this history, and that, my dear, dear friends, is to find out that Carlisle, Malfoy, Cullen, I've just decided that's going to be his middle name, swam to France. Yo.
Bella was, like, floored. Like, she literally died.
Yep.
It's like, he just swam to France, and it's so chill. It's like, people swim the channel all the time, Bella. Like, I know this is, like, magical realism and stuff, and this is all crazy, but, people do that, so it's not, you know.
Yep. Yeah, she gets a lot of stunning...
Maybe not, like, a casual thing people do all the time. Maybe more for, like, athleticism purposes or world record purposes. But people have done it. Yep. He's not...
Yeah. She gets a lot of stunning realizations in about 2 seconds, because then she realizes, I guess, that they don't need to, I don't know, breathe.
Right.
I thought that was interesting, that she just was like, you don't have to breathe?
It's like, Bella, can we please catch up to speed for, like, a second?
Honestly. Yeah. And she's amazed. She's like, well, how long can you do this?
Oh,
he was like, well, I don't...
It's like, I guess forever.
He was like, the only problem is I just can't smell. And she's like, you can't smell? It's like,
Bella, there's a lot of humans who can't smell.
Yeah.
Like normal human beings.
Jesus Christ, Bella. Anyway, he keeps waiting for Bella to get shook.
Wait, hold on, before we go.
Please?
We have an italices twice in this by saying you don't have to breathe, italicize,
yep.
And also, how long can you go without breathing, italicize?
Yes.
And that was just rude and just attacking me in my culture. So.
Oh my god. So that's page 337. It has the most amount of italicis. It has...
No, you're not wrong.
Dashes.
There's one for you.
And ellipses. It's...
Yep.
This page itself is just wild. And I don't like it.
Honestly, I want to burn it.
Well, you wouldn't be
that
the
goes
first
against
one.
my morals, but...
You wouldn't be the first one. So, yeah, well. Edward is waiting for Bella to, I don't know, freak out and run away. As if she'd be able to run away from a vampire. Lol.
As if.
And she's just like, well, I'm not going anywhere. Lol. And that's a odd choice of emotional components to break up the story with, but whatever. My favorite thing. And so, Stephenie Meyer says, for Bella, I frowned at him. And then in dialogue, so go on, Carlisle was swimming to France. It's just like, okay. She's so...
We all know the story.
She's so bitter about this. But yeah, sets up for the fucking Italians of the Volturi, which is great. Important to remember. Arrow and Marcus and Caius are important. That's about... and then Edward dying. That's also important.
Yes.
We find out... Well, because Edward was the first one in the family, right? And then he goes on to create Esme, whatever. We find out about Edward having an angsty past, which was
shocking
great.
to no one.
Yep. So that was wild. To literally nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, he tried to make it seem really dramatic and shocking, but I'm pretty sure even Bella was like, yeah, I mean, I figured that.
Yeah, and?
Yeah.
Is this new? Am I supposed... Oh, what?
Yep.
You? No way.
No.
What?
Yep.
Bella being, like, the worst liar ever.
Truly.
Like, yeah, sweetie. Aw, sure.
Yep. We finally end this tour of the home in Edward's room.
And family history.
Yep. And, of course, Edward's room is an interesting collection of his interests. No.
Him and Bella work so well together because they both have very strange interests and hobbies.
Yep. So, it's all CDs. There's no bed, of course.
Nope. Why would there be?
Yep. And...
Not even for comfort. You don't just want, I don't know, laying on a bed's nice.
It is. Yeah. No, just no bed. So that's great. And I think... Oh, no! Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Family.
So then there's...
So Edward's like, you think I'm so scary now and all these things, and I told you all this shit, and, like, it's really scary because we're vampires, and you should be scared because we're vampires.
Yep.
Trying to, like, get it in there. And she's like, no, you're, like, not even a little bit scary. And he's like, bitch, watch me. And, like, takes off the gloves and is like, let's fucking go. And he just, like, literally turns into, like, a lion, hunches over, and just pounces on her.
Yep.
And she's just like, I gotta go. Gotta go.
I know that
Bye.
we say literally a lot in a hyperbolic
you
way.
don't understand.
This one is literally in the truest form of the word.
It's in the fiction. He crouches over and, like, unfurls his teeth and, like,
Yep.
growls a little bit.
Yep.
And just, like, goes.
Yeah. My favorite part of this, though, because I do this a lot, is just Bella, not the turning into a lion bit, the Bella saying that you are a very, very terrifying monster, and just, like, continuing on with her life.
Yeah. She will not let it go. It's like, you're so scary, Edward.
Yeah. So I love that. I just love that she just knows how much she has him wrapped around her finger, which I think is great. So, Edward tries to kill Bella, right? And, of course, because his family is fucking vampires, they can tell what's going on. And Alice and Jasper come up and they're like, you good?
Hey, hello, just checking in.
Yeah.
Remember when we said we weren't gonna kill this one?
Yep.
This one was important, remember that? We had to talk about this, Edward.
Yep. And so Alice makes a joke about it, though, because she's like...
Because, like, she's great.
Yeah, she's great and pure. Alice says, it sounded like you were having Bella for lunch, and we came to see if you would share. Okay.
So good.
Great. Really good goof there, Alice. Too on the
Got him. Swoosh.
But, of course, Edward takes it way too seriously.
Yes. How dare you?
Yeah. You insulted me. You insulted my wife. You insulted my family.
My wife.
Yep. So that was great. And Jasper, finally, the only voice of reason in this whole group, is just like, actually, we came here to let you know that there's going to be a storm tonight and we want to play baseball. So, that was great. This is the first time in almost 400 pages that we see Edward's eyes light up. So...
That's nice. That's a human emotion.
Yeah, he's really leaning into the human thing.
It's great.
I thought that it was kind of mean that they laughed at Bella when she asked if she needed an umbrella.
Right. So, like, they brought up this thing. It's like, oh, it's gonna, there's gonna be a storm. Let's go outside and play baseball. Naturally, Bella's like, what the fuck? That doesn't seem natural. Also, if it's raining, gotta protect my head. Thank you. And they're also like, silly humans. Yep. Silly humans. Like, of course she doesn't know. None of you were explaining it. Nope. And he's like, yeah. Edward at the time would be like, hey, do you want to go? You would think he'd be like, we are vampires and play baseball when it's a thunderstorm. It's chill. Well, you'll understand later. No, he's like, you coming?
Yep.
This is a natural invitation that you've always gotten before.
Right, yeah.
You're used to.
It's so weird. And then, of course, so they keep this bit of dialogue in the movie, too. It's just, Bella saying, vampires like baseball? And
I wanted to throw up in my mouth at this line.
Edward gets literally offended and is like, it's the American pastime, Bella. Fuck off, first of all.
I can't.
And then the chapter ends.
Oh, it's too much.
Yep. So that's great.
It's awful. It's the worst thing.
I mean, that's what I meant. But
when I say great, I mean absolutely horrible.
When you say great, yes.
When you say words, they have different meanings.
Yep.
In my brain.
Exactly. However, next week, finally, we get to chapter 17 and 18, which are the the game and the hunt, respectively, which
it's gonna be wild.
Which means that we get to meet the antagonists of the story finally.
Ooh. Bad boys.
Literally.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm here for it.
Yep.
This I have no idea. I don't have a clue.
Okay, good.
Who could it be? I don't know.
Well, because they haven't said anything other than visitors, so.
Exactly, yeah, so I have no idea.
In the movie, you find out immediately.
That's fun. No suspense at all.
Well, they let you know pretty quickly that there is some sort of threat in the air.
Sure.
In this, you get almost to the end of the novel before you find out that there's some sort of problem here. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Steph.
Yeah. So that's great.
This is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Earbud Media. And thank you. And if you're like, hey, I want to make a podcast, I have an idea for a podcast, let's make that happen. You can at bit.ly/Earbud Pitch. Do it. You can find Into the Twilight on Twitter, Facebook. We have a Patreon where you can send us your dollars.
Hell yeah.
Anything else? We have a YouTube channel where we also post our episodes.
Hell yeah.
And if you would like to help caption those so more people can listen and have access to our podcast, that would be great. Our artwork is done by Maddie Padilla, who was an actual goddess.
Woohoo!
And I didn't make a celebrity this time because I forgot about it. God damn it. Anyway, you can
what about...
she, in the history of Smith, she is Jaden Smith.
Oh my god.
Also known as Maddie Padilla.
Yeah.
Yes, queen. You can find her work on Instagram at YourGhostHost44 and other places on the internet where you can buy her work and support wonderful artists.
Literally.
Our music is by Eli Krause, who's great and wonderful, and I don't think listens to our podcast.
Eli! What the fuck?
You can find his stuff at krausfilms.com, KRAUSSfilms.com. You can find Allie on the internet at 23ofme, everywhere.
I keep my brand tight.
Tight and consistent.
Yep. Tight and tight.
You can find... oh my god. Bye. And you can find me on the internet at Cody Captures everywhere, and also on my website, codycorral.co.
Hell yeah. Uh-oh. Not too early. No, we're not ending the pod.
I cannot believe we just did.
See, the problem is I was trying this whole podcast to keep myself calm and cool and collected so that when I got to this fan...
3 words I don't associate with you.
No, Hey, fuck off. So that when I got to this fan fiction bit, I could actually keep my shit together this time, but now I can't.
No.
Okay.
No. So please regale us in our fanfiction of the week section, whatever is happening.
Okay. So this one that I found is titled Sister Swan. And it's by Maddie Cullen 23, which I'm pretty sure is Maddie Padilla.
Yeah, is that Maddie Padilla?
Especially because it was published on January 11th. Mm-hmm. And it was updated 22 hours ago. So that January 11th.
What do you mean? Are you telling me that people, okay, I mean, I understand a little bit more people that are updating old fanfictions in 2017. People are starting new Twilight fanfictions in this new year of 2017. Yep. I want to just die. Just ship me off to the moon. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. So this is the synopsis of the story. You've read Bella's story, but would it be different if she had a twin sister? Me?
Excellent pitch. I'm here for it.
Fuck.
Go on.
Meet Millie Swan. Note.
Millie Swan?
I just need to get this synopsis.
Please keep going.
Okay. Okay. Note, I do not own Twilight. I only own Millie Swan in her background. Okay.
I have to leave. I have to leave.
Okay, and I am reading this excerpt from chapter 3. Mm-hmm. Okay. So. Oh no. Okay. I can't stop crying. Okay.
I need you to get through this.
Okay. Lizzie and I walked outside after maths to go to our next class. The air was full of white bits. Everyone seemed excited. It's snowing, Lizzie said. Cool, I said. I had never seen snow before. It was interesting watching the white swirls settle on the ground. End scene.
Okay, first of all, are they British?
They are.
They said maths.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I didn't think Bella Swan was British.
Yeah, there's a...
But sure. Yo, what if she was like, her twin sister was like, in boarding school in England, and
Yeah, they parent trapped this shit.
Oh my god, that would be wonderful.
Oh my god.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yep. So
I'm glad that exists.
Good luck, Maddie. It seems like from what you're doing, you're rewriting the whole Twilight book with Millie in it. So,
just inserting her.
Yeah, because they're on chapter 3, and every other chapter so far has been exactly like the book.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
just adding Millie.
Yeah. Yeah. So it seems like Millie is with Jasper and Bella's with Edward.
Oh my god.
So it's great. Good luck. Good luck, Maddie. And I'm pretty sure it's Maddie Padilla, so
it's an uphill battle, but I'm glad you're taking one for the team.
Oh my god. Well,
as we say in Forbes,
get bit, y'all.